Bills with a 23-19 preseason opening win here at Highmark Stadium over the Indianapolis Colts. Adam Benigni and Vic Carucci, and I think the big headline coming out of this, another major step forward for Damar Hamlin. First legitimate game action since he collapsed on the field January 2nd in Cincinnati. And looked aggressive, did not look tentative, in on 3 tackles, a couple of blitzes, and a 4th down stop.
I like the way also that he described the situation. He said he had a lot of feelings, a lot of thoughts in his mind, but he also said he's done a good job of putting himself around people who are sort of guiding him through this, coaching him through this, mentoring him through it. It's a big deal, but the way he played, it looked very normal, very natural.
And he's back to Pittsburgh, his hometown,
Yeah.
in the next preseason game next week. That should be very emotional and very interesting. Another storyline we continue to follow and will. Sean McDermott taking over for Leslie Frazier, calling the defense. The MO, the expectation was he was going to be more aggressive. I think we saw some of that. Hamlin in on a couple of blitzes, and on the Dane Jackson interception that set up the Bills' first touchdown, very aggressive mindset, and I think the personality of McDermott that he's trying to impart on this defense.
Yeah, I think he went into this thing knowing that he was not going to, first of all, let a rookie quarterback, Anthony Richardson, get the better of a defense that he's calling, or a rookie head coach, Shane Steichen of the Colts, making his debut and calling those plays on the offensive side for Indianapolis. So I think from Sean's perspective, he discussed after the game that working on the communication aspect, working on where he's supposed to be as both head coach and defensive coordinator, meaning in on other conversations while also focusing on the defensive play calling. It's
been a long-held expectation that Kyle Allen is going to be the number 2 quarterback behind Josh Allen this year. That may well still be the case. He looked a little bit tentative, and albeit the offense new to him as opposed to Matt Barkley, who against second and third stringers was very efficient in the second half. A couple of touchdown passes to the point where McDermott said it's an open competition for the number 2 quarterback. To what extent do you think that's actually the case, and what's your take on Barkley's performance?
First of all, let's be clear that anything happens to Josh Allen, all bets are off in terms of, I think, the success of this team. And what I mean is any prolonged absence. I don't think either quarterback steps in and carries the load the way they sufficiently need it to be. I haven't seen anything in training camp that's overly impressed me from either guy. And in this game, Kyle Allen, it looked rough for the most part. And yes, good numbers for Matt Barkley, but coming as it did, keep it in mind, against third string players for the most part. And the fact that it's an open competition, I think, is confirmation that it's a concern for the head coach.
All right, 23-19, step number 1 on the preseason of 3 for the Buffalo Bills over the Indianapolis Colts. For Vic Carucci, Adam Benigni, Channel 2 Sports.